All right, let's take on the last but not least story for today. You know, radio broadcasting, a veritable means of mass communication, was established in 1933 in this country by British colonial masters. FM broadcasting birthed in April 1977, April 20 to be exact. Now for TVC Communications, expanding its footprints in the industry is the way to go. So make way for the new baby, Yanga FM 89.9 on the dial. You know, in a field saturated by sameness, it is gratifying to have a radio station broadcasting in Pidgin English and designed to capture the vibrant essence of Lagos City. So welcome, Yanga. Let's share this story with you. Let's go there first.
All right.
Officially, Yanga 89.9 FM has hit the airwaves, bringing freshness and boundless excitement to listeners in Lagos.
They gotta do the countdown.
There were palpable excitement in the air for the launch of the new radio station, a sign that it has come to stay.
They will talk as small, we'll move to the streets, we come back to the phone, but everything is entertainment. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yanga 89.9 FM is the fifth brand coming from the stable of TVC Communications to join vibrant brands like TVC News, TVC Entertainment, Max FM, Lagos, and Abuja, and Adaba FM in Ondo State.
Oh yeah, now. Because you can't launch a station where Sabi without having to do some Yanga.
The latest baby is Lagos' newest urban Pidgin radio station, where vibes meet culture and entertainment without any limits. As members of staff of its sister stations gather to celebrate the birth of the new baby, everyone was in high spirits with confidence that the station will thrive in the industry.
Pidgin no be local, Pidgin na global. Today we make history. We are launching not just another radio station, but a movement, a revolution of language, culture, and identity. This station, Yanga FM, the first truly urban Pidgin radio station, we then make Pidgin cool. We then make Pidgin global. Pidgin no be any our language. Now the voice of the streets, the melody of Afrobeats, the rhythm hustle, and the laughter where they unite us. Right? From Lagos to London, Accra to Atlanta, New York to Nigeria, Pidgin don't waka reach places. Places where we never imagined. Even international superstars like Justin Bieber and Usher don't jump on Pidgin tracks. President Macron don't gist for Pidgin. Charles III, he say he wants speak Pidgin next time when they land for Nigeria. My people, Pidgin don't arrive. We know they launch just radio. They launch a lifestyle, a community, and a voice for the new generation.
For me, there's no better time for Yanga to come onto the scene than now, because this is the period where the old world is looking up to Nigeria. And I think for us, we are beginning to realize that some of the things we never appreciated before. When we now see the whole world celebrating it, we are now look at fashion, look at Nollywood, look at... So it means that Yanga coming in now, that means we need to own our space. And I think this is what it does. And I hope and pray that the station too will come in to lead in that direction, to really show people to say, be proud of what you have. If you don't sell it, who will sell it for you? If you don't promote it, who will promote it for you? If you don't own it, who will own it for you?
The management made it clear that Yanga FM is here to set a new standard in the industry. The station promises to bring unprecedented content that have not been heard before on radio. Surely, Nigerians are in for a good ride with Yanga 89.9 FM.
Good thing about Lagos is very organic. Nigeria is very organic, and so is Pidgin and how people express. Now, the beautiful thing about sports is that it's also evolving. Now, the marriage of veterans, when we say they're in the heart of sports as they happen, using the language when we say they connect to people, and with good vibes and good music is what we are about. Our work is to make people feel good, especially during the weekdays. Right now, we are 4 to 5 o'clock in the evening. So that means that in the heart of the city, when people feel some type of way, they get to listen to good music, great banter with babes and guys when we say so, the different sports, and in an angle when we say you never really get to flip on. And plus, the good thing about Yanga, we also incorporate it in Yanga sports, which means that we also get to do giveaways.
I'm happy to be a part of something like this, thinking about the young people and making Pidgin global, more like close to home, but not just the native language, not just the streets. All of that is something you speak in your house, it's your everyday life. So Yanga is literally your everyday lifestyle.
Yanga FM 89.9, now station where get steez, station where sabi, station where they for the people, where they by the people, where they to the people, where they sweet the people because they we too sabi.
From music to talk shows, trending gist to real-life conversations, Yanga FM is all about keeping it real, keeping it fresh, and keeping it 100% Pidgin. Listeners are set to derive benefits from non-stop exciting broadcast of the new station. A-N-G-A, Theophilus Ilama, TVC News, Lagos.
Yeah, thank you, Theo. Thank you, Theo. BKO Yanga means to show off, to pose.
Yes.
So in a field, as I said, in a field, as I said, saturated with sameness,
yes,
staying ahead of the competition is the big thing to cross.
Yes,
the big bridge to cross.
The way to stay ahead of the competition is to be inventive.
Okay.
Bring a lot of creativity into what to do, not to be bogged down with doing the same thing. Our people, Nigerians, want freshness, and when you bring something fresh and entertaining, Nigerians will roll with you.
Yeah.
But they get easily bored when you are doing the same thing again and again. You need to be creative.
Are you telling
in this
me?
business, if you are not creative, you die. Creativity is the energy, is the oxygen that you need to get going. So I'm happy, and with the kind of people that they have engaged. Honestly, even I got a whiff of the talent that Yanga FM has got on Friday when they showed us a bit of what they've got. I was really impressed, and I was telling someone who sat beside me that, look, we now have a real party squad in this company, because these young men and women, they've got a lot to offer. They've got a lot to spare. So I'm very positive that this is a tremendous project. We can't wait. We can't wait for Yanga FM to take off fully.
Yeah. Doctor, Yanga reminds me on this job when Radio Rivers 2 came online. Now Pidgin, let me muster a little Pidgin. The newsreader said, Ruba people, we won't cause smell for police don't grab them. And he went on to say, rat, we get one hole. They live long. That's creativity, thinking out the box, out of the box. So
one of the areas people always miss it is that when they argue about, for instance, the number of radio stations or TV stations in a particular place, is that they don't look at the quality these people are bringing to the table. For some of us who have always agitated for more presence of the media, there's a reason for that. When you look at what the UN does, when it gets into peacekeeping in any country, is to first establish a radio station that is local to the people.
Yeah.
Because that is the language that you are going to be speaking to them. Some people have this erroneous belief that Gen Zs don't listen to radio again. It's a fallacy. A recent survey showed that 78% of them still go on radio. And it's become easier now because you can listen to even the radio on your phone. You don't need them boxes again to carry around.
Yeah.
And for even those who are in the rural area who still use their boxes with 2 batteries, you can do 1 week. So whether there is power or not, you are listening. And then everybody, which is where a lot of us miss it in Nigeria, everybody wants something localized. For instance, when I'm going home now, I first check for any radio station that will tell me what the situation is on the way to my home.
Traffic.
So if I see that you provide me that information, I will always go to you. But people always believe the only way in which you survive is when you go international. As much as you are doing international, you must also be rooted in your own language, in your own culture. That's why it is easy for you when you are observant. You will see that foreigners who learn our languages, they first start speaking Pidgin. That's where they come.
Pidgin is permeates.
It's very universal now.
Universal. That's what the first thing that they bring to the table. Whether they are English speaking or
even if their English is not good enough, their Pidgin will be good. So, and more and more young people are taking to Pidgin.
Really?
Even my children, you know, you see sometimes when their friends come, they say, "Oh boy, how far now?"
Even the language of the Gen Zs. That's the language.
They are telling you what's going on, what's happening. That is the language of the young people.
Good.
So and I think that ultimately the goal of Yanga is to reach out to these young people through qualitative content, the kind of content that they can run with, that those children can run with.
And that is one of the platforms through which we can begin to put in the young people the kind of ideals we had in the past.
Brings to mind
moral rectitude and all
of
that.
those things.
Brings to mind just now one of the 4 major functions of the media. I can remember 2. Apart from setting an agenda, gatekeeping is key here. I trust that Yanga, the child of a mother who is versed in this gatekeeping, will determine who mans the gate.
The good thing is that, Pidgin radio stations are doing well.
Very
doing well. So it is, they've not ventured into a territory that you can say is dangerous. So they ventured into a territory that holds a lot of promise, and I'm confident that this will be a good project.
Welcome, Yanga. Welcome. We wish you Godspeed.
Yes.
All right, then. That will just about do it on Journalist Hangout for this Sunday. One more time, happy Mother's Day to you, and happy Salah to all of you. Join us tomorrow for the regular episode of the program at 5, but you may watch a repeat of this particular broadcast later tonight at 11:30. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. And so on behalf of BKO and Dotun Oladipo, I am
and
Citizen.
The Backroom Boys.
And the Backroom Boys. I want to say I'm Citizen John Susan. Bye-bye now.